Oh, approaching a nice row here of poles. I can see probably 4 or 5 ahead of me. Most of the insulators are up there still, but you never know. The fence is down there, so I'm good here. There's a few up there. It'd be tough to find them down here, I think. There's a wire. Some of these might have been shot off or collected, who knows. I doubt if anyone would have climbed up there. That's pretty crazy. I don't see any. Nothing obvious. I don't go to great lengths to find these things. But there's the first one right there. I stopped there. See the wires. Yeah. We'll go check the next one. You can see the wires connected still. Pole to pole. 1, 2, 3, that's 4 insulators up there still. That one's got the tree growing right around it. The insulators fell off. I mean, they have nowhere to go. It's pretty flat here. There's a pole right there. I think they would be pretty obvious here. Unless they're stuck in a tree, who knows? I don't see anything. Again, I'll walk around a little bit. Good here. Could be buried. Who knows how long ago they fell. You can kind of see the insulators through the tree there. Well, check that one out. That's pretty easy to see. So that one's probably got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 missing. Of course, the one's still connected if they haven't been shot or torn down by the wire. Probably in the best condition. But again, I don't try to climb these things. Looks like an ice blue one right there. Second one in. There's one of the beehive. I don't know if that's a spiral groove. Could be. Again, they wouldn't go too far. They just fall right in here. But not always easy to see. There's a little hole right there. But again, I only really collect them if they're pretty obvious. So I don't see anything here. I don't dig around or too much. I mean, you might see a piece of one sticking out of the ground. So that makes it easier. But yeah, this one, really nice. Really cool to see that. You can see I'm pretty much elevated here. So that's not too far over my head. The wire's right here at like eye level. So I'm elevated from the tracks. Not too hard to walk through here. And, yeah, everything's right out in the open. This might be the last one that's really visible. I don't see anything beyond this, so let's see if we can find anything up there. Nice. Some of those are in really good condition. There's only a couple missing from this one. Actually, it's probably 1, 2, 3, 4. It's probably like 5 missing. There's some wires cut off right there. Huh. Interesting to see them just cut. But again, who knows how long ago those insulators fell or were removed. I don't see anything obvious. The grass is thick here, but I'll probably still be able to see something. But no, I don't. No nails. Now, some people do ask me about date nails. Obviously, I find most of my date nails in the railroad ties. I rarely ever see them in poles, even though they did used to put them in poles. I think I've only seen one in a pole, and that was probably 1.5 years ago. I do look, but I just do not see them around here, or even in New Hampshire when I was doing this. I don't see them in poles really at all. All right, well, like I said, it's the last one that's visible. I might be looking at one that was cut off right there. We'll go check that out. So I'm seeing some of the wires down, and I was correct. That little tree right there, I could just see that little stub. And that's what they would do. They'd cut them off probably 2 to 3 feet. You see a lot of cut wire. I don't know why they chose to cut the ones they did, but this one was definitely cut down. And here we see the wooden pins. So it's a full wooden pin. So it wasn't the earliest ones, but those are some of the earlier ones. The later ones had the metal pins. And I'm assuming since this was cut down, I'm gonna guess those insulators are long gone. Let me see. Because in here, I don't even feel the pins. These are underground, so this was cut down like a long time ago. See? There's no pins left or anything. So, yeah. That one was stripped bare. You can see. Jeez. For what reason, who knows? I wonder if they fell down where it was standing. Does see obviously cut. The insulators fall off, and then they cut it later on. Kind of wondering again what the purpose of that would be. You see them all standing in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6, and going to the road. And then, hey, randomly, let's cut that one. Not sure, but doesn't look like there's anything left here. Looking around, maybe a couple of them flew off when it landed, but yeah, not seeing anything. Well, yeah, still cool to find these things. Maybe we'll find another one up ahead. Yep, next one down. This one looks like, yeah, it just rotted. That thing's split into all kinds of pieces there. And there's a piece of an insulator. And sometimes what happens is, I've talked about it before, when the wire gets forced down, the thing just squeezes the insulators and they just shatter. But there's those metal pins. See, there would have been one in here. And that got crushed, which means the insulators got crushed. All of them, I'm not sure, but here's a couple tops. So the wire would have been in here, in this groove. And once that thing comes down, the wire gets pulled, bang, and it just breaks right off. But yeah, that's a shame. There's a couple dead insulators. That's only 2. And I'm seeing pieces, but you know, there's something right here. See, it's always the tops, because again, the wire was forced down, pulled it, and they just shatter. I mean, they are just glass. Even though they're thick, I'm sure these things come down with a lot of force. And this one definitely looks like it was broken. Like it wasn't cut down. It just, as you can see, not in good condition. So, yep. All right, well, look for the next one, I guess. And this one, you can barely see it. Right through the tree, the cross arm is laying down. I don't see any wires yet. I see my elevation's coming down now. But it does get really thick right there. Yep, there is an insulator on that. You know, I could almost reach that. It's probably just 6 inches away. Let me see. So I always say I'm not going to climb the pole. Well, if it's laying down or for some situation like that and I can reach it, I could just take it down. I'm looking on the ground first though. Yeah, I probably could reach that thing. Looking for nails. I don't see nails. I'm assuming those wouldn't be too high. Let's see something. I haven't climbed a tree in a long time. Yeah, that thing from where I can reach now, I can see it. Yeah, that's like a few feet from me. It looks like a 40, but I'm not positive. I don't know. Feeling around with my feet. It looks like a rock. Oh, oh my God, there's one. Ah, look at that. Oh, I felt something down there. And this is a 42, I believe. Yes, it is. And wow, this thing is in unbelievable condition. So yeah, you just have to look around. I was just feeling around with my feet because they're all down except for one. Definitely feel something there, but that's probably, this was like a can. Well, how about that? We found one underground. All right, so it was a 40 up there. I just stepped on that trunk that fell, and I moved the arm, and this was just teetering. There's like a couple threads on there, so decided to grab that. It's really in good condition. A couple little tiny chips under here, but all the drip points are good. Everything looks really nice on this one. So I see the next pole down here, and I just saw something on the ground. Look at that. That looks like a rubber insulator. Let's go check it out. That's exactly what it is. Now I have one of these, but not this size. And this looks like it has a wooden pin on it. The other ones had a metal pin. Now, these are typically Continental Rubber Works. Can't really read this one, it's kind of scuffed up. I'm not gonna take it, but that's a lot bigger than the other one I have. Oh, look at that beauty. Wires, insulator on the end. Oh wow, that looks really cool. Fence is in there, so I'm good. Look at that. There's one of those beehive ones way up there. Another pole, piece of one. That's probably maybe part of a fence post. Yep, there's all the wires. Well, not all of them, but what's left. This is really, really thin. A lot thinner than the wire I typically find. I've seen that a couple times. I don't see any. They'd probably be still stuck on the wire somewhere. You can see another one right ahead of me. Well, it's something. I can probably turn that one down. It's turning. I mean, you can see it moving. But I don't know. We'll see. Oh, here's the next one. There's like a few, only a few missing actually. That little tree right there. Yeah. 1, 2, looks like there's still 4 intact. Probably pretty well hidden in here. And I'm not out to collect a million of these things. I really don't care. It's just something to do. But yeah, that looks pretty cool. The tree grew right around it. All the wires. Get a better view of these insulators still intact. Look at that. Oh, here's the next one. That's got a few wires still attached. Looks like 6, 7 insulators still intact. So that I think there would only be one down. That's cool. That's the coolest thing about this. Not only to see these things still standing, but to see how many insulators are still there. 5, 6, 7, yeah. 7 there, so there's only 1 missing. We got multiple wires. We got 2 over there. Those are a little thicker. These are thinner. These are definitely copper. You can see the patina. And we're gonna go through this little tree here, or around it. Around it which way? Over this way. Here. And we've got another one with quite a few insulators still on it too. So that's kind of cool. I'm almost at the crossing, so about as far as I'll go today. Yep, I got some wire right here in front of me. I'm just tripping over. There could be insulators connected to that too. Yeah, you see a couple on the end there. Well, we'll see what would be missing here. Oh yeah, so they would probably be, I can see the holes. 3, there's probably 5 or 6 missing from this one. Looks like the pins would have fallen right through. That's an old pole because you can see where the arm was connected right there. It's a piece of one. Again, you have to dig around. Sometimes you can feel it with your feet like I did back there. But yeah, that's fine. Not that big a deal, but just cool to see. And this one, again, there's a few wires still connected. Yeah, you can see one was broken, probably shot off. Actually, maybe not. I think it was the wire was forced off, because that one you can see it too, where the wire was like tightened, it was pulled, and it just shattered. I do see a piece of one in the ground right here. That's just a chunk right here. So there's probably others buried here. This is missing a few. And you got all the wires hanging around, gaining some elevation again. Crazy. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, that's got a few missing, and they've been dropped down for a while, because when you see these things are actually underground, well, obviously they've been down for years. All right, looks awesome. Let's go to the next one. All right, I'm approaching my next one. You can see it through there. I'm seeing pieces of insulators way out here. Again, some of the wires got pulled down. That one's still on a wire. So you can see what I'm talking about. Where it was forced. It just shattered right here. You can see where the wire caught it. It was forced down and it fell apart. Take you to this one. Looks like to the crossing there's still 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 more. So these ones, a lot of these are missing, and it looks like because the wires came down. Now it could be just that a tree fell on them at some point and it forced them down. So I don't see anything obvious here, of course. So man, I've probably seen, by the time it's all said and done, it's probably about 2 dozen poles still standing. This one it's not too difficult here, so you can see the crossing right there. So I might as well just complete this today, and then next weekend, yeah, start from there and go to the next one. That one's not much taller than me at this point. No insulators left, no pieces left. That would tell me they were probably collected. Because what would be the point of just removing them and dropping them on the ground? Depending on how long ago it was done. But Looks like it was cleanly stripped. Sometimes you can see if the pins slip through, there's no pins left, they rotted and they fell to the ground. This one looks like it was picked. Well, here's my next one. And that has the wooden pins, the wooden threaded pins. Boy, I still got, these aren't that far apart. So I still got, looks like on this side, 3 left, and the arms are missing from those 2 down there. I can see some wires here on the ground, so there's probably still some connected somewhere in here, but you know, yeah, look how it tree grew right around it. Getting reclaimed. Reclaimed by nature. See this next one? Tripping on some wire here and there. Some of these were cut down. Yeah, a couple are broken. Those 3 look like they're in really good condition. It looks like the pins dropped out for the ones on the ends. Probably feel them on the ground. They wouldn't have gone too far. Yeah, but who knows? Just cool to see. Get a good look at these here. All right, so that's what we have left. We have this one here. This one, half of the arm. This one's obviously missing. There's one at the corner, but that's on the other side. That's where I'll pick up from next time. Grass is pretty tall here. I could probably still find the grass. It's not grass. I don't know if I could find. See what you have to do? Find these things. Crazy. I'd be upset if I can't see the arm. Yeah, I can't see the arm. So, yeah, still, I get to see something. All right, that'll be our last one for today. Like I said, that one is on the other side of the road. So that'll be the next episode. Maybe a piece of the arm is on this. It's on the ground here. This is only a half. At least I can kind of get through here a little easier. Depending on how long it's been down, I don't know if that would be completely buried. I'm not sure about that. I don't see it. It may have been forced off, so it could be anywhere. Who knows? But yeah. I see some wires down in there, so it could have been just pulled for some reason. You know. All right, I guess that'll do it for today. Another adventure looking for telegraph poles, and there's plenty around here. This just seems endless sometimes, but all right. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon.